Oh,
No.
that's all right. Don't worry about it. It's
Right.
fine. It's fine. It's fine. Because I'm not hearing any noise now, so it's fine. I know it looks like I'm naked. I do have clothes on. It's just really warm.
Yeah.
And, I'm not complaining. I'm so not complaining.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, I do have clothes on, just for the record. No, it's no porno going on here. Yeah.
Okay, hello and good evening, everybody. My name is Yasmin Euphemia, and I'm here tonight with...
I am Beverly, aka your UK fluffy chick, and we are here for Inspiration to Innovation. Our talk that is just chats, discussions with a guest speaker each week, talking about something that has inspired them to start something. So it could be a business, a product, a service, or just a life journey that they've started that they want to share with the community. What has it innovated them to do? Where are they with it now? Where would they like themselves to be in the future? And they leave a message to their younger self that someone who is starting on that same path can probably have that as some kind of insight. We do a Q&A section. So have your questions ready for our guests. If there's anything that you want to ask, we will have a section where you can get to ask any questions. In the meantime, if there's anything that resonates with you, just use your reaction, the emoji, put a hands up, a love heart, something, just so that we know you're here, you're listening, and you're getting something out of the conversation. Anyway, so tonight, our guest speaker is Denise James. Hold on, I'll let Denise introduce herself. I was going to do a whole spiel about you first, but you know what? It's not that kind of party. It's very relaxing. So please, do your thing. Yes.
Okay, so should I go? Go ahead. Yeah.
Go for it. Go for it.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. If you're in England and it's evening for you, wherever you are in the world, hello. Glad to be here. Introduction. So I'm an author and I am a psychotherapist. I'm also a supervisor for therapists as well as other professionals, and I'm a coach.
Sorry.
Yeah, I always like to mention my fam. I've got a big, lovely family. But for now, I have 2 sons and 5 grandchildren. So yeah, that is me. Some of me.
Yes, ma'am. You're going.
Oh, and one more. I play over 40s walking women's football. Yeah, so steppers. These for steppers.
Full of steppers, but they're walking.
All right. A lot going on in your hemisphere there.
Yes.
So, where should we start? Because I'm missing to unpick. Okay, let's go to what is it that your inspirational moment that you're sharing with us, and what led you to that inspiring point?
These particular titles to my name. So the journey began in 1983 when I became a mother, and I used that as my fresh start in life. Before that time, I had a childhood that was good in parts, but there was also childhood trauma. So I felt quite alone in the world, and it felt like, my life wasn't going anywhere. And here I was now in secondary school, leaving, and it's like, leaving to do what? I started to do a community studies course, and it was whilst doing that they were doing a subject on child development, and then the idea to have a child came to mind. And so I went on that mission. So I chose to be pregnant. I had my son at 17. The next month I was 18. But yeah, so I was a young mother. But like I said, that was my new beginning. So I promised him that this will be, he will have the best of starts. And for myself, this would be my, yeah. So there I was trying to create the family that I didn't have, but would have liked to have had. And, you know, our first, you know, real relationship oftentimes can come with a lot of drama and a lot of hurt and a lot of pain. And that relationship did towards the end, and it felt like I was not fulfilling the promise that I made to my son or myself, because it really messed with my mental health at the time, the relationship. But not only that, past stuff that I hadn't thought about would, as well as I had an eating disorder at the time, bulimia. So everything came to a head one day, and I said, okay, I'm going to go to the doctors. And I did. And the doctors listened to what I had to say. And he said that I was having a nervous breakdown. The nervous breakdown, let me give you the symptoms. The eating disorder got worse. Sleep became very difficult. My thinking processes were not as they used to be. And yeah, and I really began to worry about my mental health, and you know, the thought of my son having a parent who's not well, that scared me into action as well, because that wasn't the promise I made him. So I went to the doctor. He said nervous breakdown, depression. He prescribed stuff, but I remember leaving the doctor's office feeling, you know, an inner jubilation, because I always felt that something was wrong, and it was good to get that feedback and to get some names that went with it. And you know, I'm an avid reader throughout my childhood, but at that moment, that's when what I was reading changed, and I started to read books about mental health, therapy, etc., etc. Not too long after that, I discovered the women's.
Let's come back. Okay. Is he back?
Did she come back?
I don't know. She come back. Oh
no, she's gone.
Oh no.
Right.
The Woman's. I'm gonna remind her of where she stopped. The Woman. Not too long after that, she joined the Woman's. So in the meantime, so far, is what Denise has said so far. Can anyone kind of resonate with what she's said so far? Has anyone had some life traumas that there was a point that, you know, you just thought something it's not adding up, but I don't know how to name it? Come back, Denise, come back.
Well, have you lost me? I'm here.
Oh, you're here. Okay, come back.
Yeah. I'm still here.
Means you're going to have to rewind. You're going to have to rewind to which bit did you just say?
Okay.
Just that point you joined the Woman's.
Are you talking to me or Bev?
To you.
Okay. So I was saying, yeah, I joined a woman's therapy group for women with eating disorders. And I was saying that that's where my healing journey began. And that's why I reframed the nervous breakdown into a spiritual breakthrough, because it took me on this path that I am on and I remain on. And I've been helping other people as well. Yeah. And it was during therapy when I saw how helpful it was for me, you know, and then I started to hear trauma and no, that's not normal. You know, things became so clear, and I began to understand even the reason for the eating disorders. And it wasn't before too long that the eating disorder kind of became a thing out of the past. And that's quite something, because eating disorders are really hard to dismantle. But I gained so much relief and release from having people hear me, listen to me, for me to hear and listen myself. And it was during that time that I then made another important decision, was to become a therapist. I thought, right, I want to be able to give this to people who needs it.
Okay. So prior to wanting to become a therapist, after going through that therapy of your own, was there another trajectory in terms of career opportunities that you had in mind, or was you not sure anything yet until you went in that moment and you think, yeah, this is it?
Yes. So at the time that when the relationship broke down, and I went into therapy, what happened along the same at the same time was a return into education, because I knew I could have done much better at school, but obviously circumstances didn't allow it. It's hard to learn when you're going through trauma. It's impossible to learn. So another key decision was going back into education, and I got an access course into higher education. I didn't even think that I would be able to study at that level. So that was another thing that really healed some more places in me. And that's where I done my training to become a therapist. Yeah, so there was a decision to have a child. There was the decision for therapy and a decision back into higher education. And they set me on the road that I remain on today, some 39 years later.
So, like within our community, when I say our community, I'm talking about Afro-Caribbean community. So there's normally a stigma with therapy. So what made you even think, therapy? Because most times they say, no, nothing wrong with you, man. I just shake up yourself, you'll be fine. So what made you even think, let me go and have therapy?
Well, I was always the different one, even in my family. So I was already open to certain things. And I'm also part of my practice, and I reframed it into a spiritual breakthrough. I'm very spiritual. So that's been an important part of me, my journey, and the way I work. So I always, as a child, had a strong feeling and intuition that this wasn't right, this wasn't normal. And I was always looking forward till I became 18 and took over in my life, and started to build from there. And TV programs, I used to love Little House of the Prairies, because sometimes children may not see the example in the flesh, but they can see it through TV as well. TV shape. So even though there is that attitude in the community, in the Black community, it wasn't my attitude. So yeah, I really moved through life through intuition, through inner tuition, I call it. So I follow that lead rather than what the popular, whether that's family or society, says how things should be.
Okay. Sorry, I was just having a little audio issue. Just freaked me out for a minute, but you can hear me fine, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Okay, so you being the different one made you, you saw that path to say that I'll go and have therapy. Through therapy, you discovered I want to do the same thing. So is there anything you want to add to that? So, because I feel like you might want to say something.
Last time we had Denise, she spoke about her dancing. Was it as part of her therapy, or is that part of your eating disorder to distract you from it, or something similar like that?
No. The dancing was another branch of my tree. I used to do that with my good friend Ava, who passed last year. And we got together and we created a project called Black Family Life and Culture. And we used to do a healing dance, and followed by discussions on relationships and issues and topics at the heart of the Black community. So that's where dance comes in. Also, in going back to Bev's question, one of the things that also influenced me was in school. The only subject I paid any attention to at all was sociology, because when I started to do that subject, and it helps you to understand society and relationships, that fed something as well and shapes me.
Okay, and it's good that you mentioned when she was here before. So before we did have when we was as Supporter Sister Network, which is our main umbrella, we had the discussion with you before, and So we will, go into that video as well, because there's a whole discussion that she did, right?
Yeah, because I went back and watched the video, and I've taken notes as well. Saying, "You go, girl! Wow, 4 years and you've achieved all this." Yeah, but anyway.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah,
that was gonna
what
be
you
my next point I was
achieved.
going to make.
Yes. Yes,
Yes, because that was the next point I was going to make. Because as the supporter sister interview, it was that same frame was following. Who are you? What are you doing? Where are you with it now? Where would you like to see yourself in the future? The only thing we've added on now is that message to your younger self. But at that time, you had just written your first book.
Mm-hmm.
You was in the pipeline of writing a second one. And if you notice Denise's backdrop, there's 3 books there. So in that short, well, it's not short space. It's like what? It was like 2 years ago. 3 years ago we spoke.
What are you doing?
I
A
think it
book?
was.
What are you doing? A book a year?
I like I said, I follow spirit. So I just go and create and create. And it's sometimes I have to stop and look back and, oh my gosh, wow. Yeah. But yes, in that interview, when I went back to watch it, and I'm glad I did, I'd only published Back to Love. Yeah. And I mentioned
there's now a copy in Jamaica, but yes.
And thank you very much. And I mentioned my partner's book. He's my ex-partner now, but his book got completed. Yeah.
Okay,
and
your background 80.
That,
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, I wrote this book, came out in 2023.
What is the title of your book? Denise, just rewind. What is the title of your?
Okay, so let me go
back.
You got
Back to Love. Yeah. That's the one that I know. And then you went on to write.
I do me first, yeah. Inner Life Right. It's Inner Life Right.
Hold it in front of you, Denise, because your background's eating it.
Reconnecting to Love.
Yeah,
there
that's.
You go.
So it's called Inner Life Love, a manifesto for reconnecting to love, renewing your mind, and radiating your light. So that got published. It was written during the pandemic and it got published 2023. I call it the Back to Love trilogy. So it's now complete because this came out last month, and it's a Black woman's alchemy poems. So it's transformation through poetry. I'm sharing my journey through poems. And the book is called From Childhood to Man.
In front of you.
From Childhood to Man.
Okay. I remember at the time you were saying his book was more geared towards young men that might be going through whatever life challenges, and it's like a book to help with guiding them. Yeah. And you were saying, "Oh, I'm going to get him to finish that book," and here it is, finished, published.
Yes.
Yeah. So yes, you've been a busy bee.
I know.
So let me even come back to that, because I don't remember if we had asked you then what inspired you to write a book in the first place.
So
just in case there's someone who wants to do a book.
So I've always, as well as reading, during childhood, I used to journal a lot as therapy. So me and a pen and a pad was best friends from time. So I think in my late 30s, I went to a writing course in Dalston. Remember Centerprise? I used to love that building. And the idea to write my story, and actually the title Back to Love even came out of that, to use my journals, and tell my story. And that's what I did. And it wasn't easy, sharing your healing in such an open and honest way. It wasn't easy, but I think people who've been through childhood trauma, I wanted to do their experience and their reality and their healing justice. So if it meant being uncomfortable, I'd rather, I'll bear that because I really feel now that that's my purpose. That's why I'm here, to help people move through difficult and traumatic experiences.
Because sometimes it can be very difficult. Sorry, go on. Sorry, go on.
And just then, and they can still be the all that they may be. Because if I could have done all this, because I've gone into detail with my childhood, but I had all the trauma, you know, and then also the experience of being a Black woman in the world as well to contend with. Yeah.
Because as I was saying, sometimes it can be very difficult to, like you said, to be kind of that open and transparent with your experiences, because maybe, you know, it's that fear of being open because you don't know how it's going to be received. Yeah. So I guess it can be very difficult to be open, honest, authentic, transparent, all of the.
Beverly, you've gone offline as well. Your mic is playing up. You're talking, but we can't hear you. You've now muted yourself.
No, so what's happening is on my end, I keep getting this warning light for my audio, so I have to keep mute, unmute, and it will work. Right.
Okay,
So
we work with it.
yes. Zoom, I try to fight with conversation, but it's not gonna happen.
So what were you saying? What 3 seconds of a gem did we miss?
I know you was happy, like, yeah, we got her to shut up for a minute. So no, no. So what I was asking was, what was the reasoning behind the name Inner Life Rights for your second book?
Okay, so it's about what I was talking about, inner tuition. You know, that we've been so miseducated in the world. The world is so full of opinions. Nobody's gone off and done their own independent investigation of what is truth. You know, we're so out. So inner life rights is really helping us to tune out and to tune in to ourselves and to do our healing, not just personally, but collective. Right, is quite punchy. Because I wrote that at the time when George Floyd was murdered. So it's got a lot of fire in it, and it's straight talking and yeah, about being individuals and coming home to ourselves and our truths, and you know, stop trying to be like everyone else, because everyone else is taken and we've been called here. Yeah, so inner life right is really kind of, it talks on a lot of subjects, mental health, trauma and recovery, black on black crime, racism, topic for the men. It talks on a lot of things in the form of reflections, poems, essays, and case studies. So it's a book that you dip into, you read something, and you have to sit with it.
Okay. So any intentions of writing any more books? Or like when I speak to you next say 2 years time, you'll have 2 books, 1 a year, as Sugar said.
You haven't answered about the third one yet. You're jumping on.
No, coming to that.
Is she?
Coming to that, because that one, just by its title, seems like it's a whole segment for itself. But I'm coming to that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So am I answering Beth's question?
Yeah. Me and the boss. I joke.
Okay. Let me add also that out of Inner Life Right, I've actually created a group called Just Keeper. The group, the ones that I'm delivering at the moment is for Black women. I also want to do one for women and one mix. And it's about rewriting our stories, and it's about healing and supporting each other, and you know, coming home to self. and, you know, looking at ourselves as Black women and really kind of appreciating that, because my work is also social justice informed as well as trauma informed. Yeah, because there's a lot of trauma that comes through the generations. So I also look at generational healing as well.
Okay. All right. So I'll do it the other way around, just to form synchronicity. I'm making up my own words here now. So your third. Yeah, a bit odd. Is that a word, or did I just make that up?
Synchronicity is a word, but I don't know if it applies to what you're going to say.
Sorry, hold on. Which word are you using?
Leave it alone. Anyway, the third book. The third book. The third book. Your
Alchemy.
Because I think sugar. I think what you asked me about that word sugar. And I was thinking, I'm sure alchemy is something to do with medicines and like potions and stuff like that. So that's why I was saving that one. But anyway, we'll go for it now. Go on.
Alchemy. I'm going to look it up now.
No, alchemy. No, it's got alchemy for a reason, because it's about transformation, self-transformation. I think what sets me apart from other psychotherapists is I help clients heal from the root to get to the heart of the wound, if you like, and heal up. So by the time they finish work with me, they're, you know, that they're who they are here to be. You know, and a lot of behaviors that works against that is understood and released, and new behaviors is taken up. I really help people to get the change they need. Yeah,
because that's the thing, isn't it? Because I feel like not just traumas, but with issues in general that someone might be going through, it would seem like it would be common sense to deal with the root of the problem, yeah. But it tends like if someone's feeling a certain type of way and they go to the doctor, it just comes across like they just put a band-aid on the problem and deal with the symptoms rather than finding what is the cause. And I mean, I can go down a whole rabbit hole with that, but I won't. Right? But I'm just saying, it just feels like, I feel like, as you say, the healing has to start from within. You find, reflect on something, that what is causing me to be a certain way or to do certain things, for then that having that what you call it, the side effects of that root behavior. And
you have to understand that before you can release it, because they say to change, before you change consciousness, you have to raise it. So you have to understand how things come to be and the purpose things play in your life, even the things that are really harmful for us. It's, you know, it's a coping mechanism, you know, or a defensive mechanism. You look at that and we untangle that and we find the names for that, and all that is healing. Yeah.
So is it true, like some of the coping mechanisms that we develop is from that 0 to 7 year old span that you take into your later life? So even though you're an adult, that same inner 0 to 7 year old child way of coping with things is how we deal with things. Is that true?
Yeah, especially under stress. You know, there's a lot of adult children. We got a big orange one in a White House. A dangerous one.
Okay, let's not go there. We're streaming live on YouTube. Thank you very much.
But he definitely has malignant narcissism, but we won't go there. But yeah, no, we don't fully grow up. And in a sense, there's a way in which our child part is even older than us, because we don't remember right back. But the child part holds that information and that knowledge and those wounds, you know. Yeah, but it's for us to attend to that as adults. Oftentimes we make that the responsibility of other people. So we end up having the same the same experience in relationships, but with different people. We call that patterns.
Okay. So where are you now with your psychotherapy? Where would you say you are with it now?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm still in private practice. Oh yeah, when I watched the video, it was saying the next thing I wanted to be doing is groups. I was like, oh, I'm on track. Yeah.
Did you forget that you wanted to do groups, Denise?
Yeah.
Denise, did you forget you've been doing one-to-ones, and was it not until you look back at the last interview that you remembered you would like to do groups? Is that right?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm glad.
So it was really good doing this. Yeah.
I'm an advocate of videoing and recording. Go on.
I was saying the rationale for groups is you just help more people, and it's I want to work smarter, so you earn more as well. Yeah, than one-to-one, solely one-to-one.
Yeah, the rule is work smart, not hard. And you know,
That one, because I'm 61 and I'm still working hard. And that's another thing. In the first video, I meant to be slowing down a bit as well. So work in progress still.
the groups will be a way of slowing down, though.
Yeah, I just have to develop them first. Yeah,
what they hear, because very often, you know, sometimes somebody will say something in the group that other people weren't able to articulate and or hadn't thought of, but the fact that that other person said it has just managed to open up for them. So it's something you seriously look at, how you can bring groups together.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah, no, groups are so powerful because people's like you're saying, people are at different stages. So even the ones that may be a bit further on, it's good for them to have others who's just beginning to help them to appreciate where they come from. And then the ones who's just starting out, they're seeing what's possible in someone else. No, groups I love the group work, but it's still quite intensive, but yeah.
Yeah. So also you also touched on that you're in a over 40s football group.
Yes,
Steppers.
Yes, yeah. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Walking football came into being to help people over 40 do exercise. So it's over 40s, but most of us, like myself, are in our 60s. We just got one or two who's in their 40s. We need a bit more. But it's a football club for women of colour. Walking football is a big thing, so it's not just, there's other clubs out there that are not women of colour clubs. But we're 5 years old. We're having our big 5-year birthday celebration on Saturday. I love it. We train every Sunday. We've also in the league now, which is great. We travel and do tournaments. And I'm quite involved in that as well because I'm one of the directors. So yeah, I just love it. It's really good for mental and emotional well-being as well as community, where it's like a bunch of wonderful women. We just have enough jokes, but we're quite very good and take the sport very seriously at the same time.
Yeah. Are you guys really competitive? Like, you want to mash up the other team when you're playing?
Of course, it's a league, you know. We're even competitive when we're training and playing each other. So you have to have that competitive spirit, but that excellent sportswomanship. As a team, we really try to have that when people see us and they call our name, it's they're calling it because we're good energy. We yeah. Okay. So any women of colour here over 40s looking to keep fit, to beat the menopausal, symptoms, Steppers Women of Colour Football Club. We're here for you.
Steppers, I love the name.
So is there anything in the chat that anyone said or anything like that, Sugar, that you want to raise?
No.
Is there any questions?
generally people are just popping in. I've got a nice Sophie is apologizing for being late, but we forgive you, Sophie. We're really glad that you're here. I've had one lady that she wasn't happy about not being acknowledged, so I'm going to go through the names. I've got Agatha here. I don't know who's Samson SNA5468. Oh, she's probably the lady that left. Shireen, hello. Jan. Oh, you see, I'm gradually getting closer and closer to the camera because it's hard for me to see the names. Samantha, always appreciate you being here. Robel. Oh yeah. Robel Kalita. I don't apologize if I haven't pronounced your name properly. Long. Oh, and our Donna. Hello, Donna. Jennifer Kelly. Yay. So this is your, I think Beverly's getting up to the bit where she's saying to people, are there any questions you would like to ask Denise?
Yeah, please feel free. I'm an open book.
Yeah, because she's unraveled so many facets there. So there's loads of areas if you have any questions or but in the meantime, while we're waiting for, if you can unmute your mic, you don't have to type it. You can unmute your mic and ask a question if you like.
I'd like to. I haven't particularly got a question, but I would just like to say, oh my goodness, Denise, you are an incredible lady. 3 books. They say what people have got a book in them, but 3 books. I think the last time we actually had a call, I think you were writing your first one.
Yeah.
So to come up with 3, sorry, is incredible. So well done to you. And I love that my daughter plays football. So seeing and knowing actually quite a few women through my networking group that do the walking football, they love it. And I even across the country, I think there's this real love for it. And I think it definitely brings this sense of community together, but with that little spirit of competition as well. So I think it's amazing, and it's been really nice to hear all your stories tonight.
Oh, thank you so much, Samantha.
Sorry, I've got a couple of names I look like I've missed out. Shireen, Jan. Oh, Jan probably left because I didn't call her name. Yeah, I think that's it. Apologies to anybody that I've missed out your name. There's a Jen that's waving at me. Jen, do you actually want to ask a question? If so, please unmute your mic. Otherwise, I know that Beverly's got a selection of other questions that she would like to ask. Oh, look, Denise would like to ask.
Yeah, could I just add, because I forgot this and it's important. You don't only come to therapy because of problems. You can come to therapy because, you want to make some real changes. You've always wanted to do something, but something's in the way. Therapy is also the space, the way I practice, for you to come in and realize dreams, whatever they may be. So it's not problem focused. And even when people do come with trauma or other problem behavior, really trying to work with you with your life journey. Why are you here? What do you want to get from life? How close to it are you? How far away? How can I help you work? In all those areas.
Okay, that's very helpful to know that therapy is more than just because you've got just because
I just heard
problems. What are you saying, Beverly?
Yeah.
No, I thought I heard a voice coming in, was going to say something. I thought I heard a voice.
That was
maybe the voice in my head.
That you were just cutting off,
No, Donna, sorry.
No, it's Donna. Donna's got something to say.
Darling, say something, please.
Oh, I'm not too great, so hopefully I'm quite clear. But
yes, you are.
Your books, sorry, your books that you've written, are they like how to break through things, or is it about your life story, or is it ways of healing and things to try? May I ask?
Okay. Yes. So back to love story, but I've written it in a way to show people. It's all self-help to show people trauma and other things. I talk about addictions as well, and I also show in that book that there's an element of my healing. You know, I didn't know myself as a Black person, and the contributions we have made on the world stage were so miseducated. So I really wanted to show that healing in my first book. The second book, you know, it's my continued journey, but it's also talking about different subjects and really talking to humanity and as a collective, and showing the way as well, Donna. There's life rights, and in the third book of the Back to Love trilogy, it's just my poems, my healing, my transformation through poems, touching up on all those subjects as well again. Yeah.
So is it
Okay, so
written in a way that for people to resonate with it?
Yes, that's what I
Yeah.
was trying to
Or
get. Yeah,
and
yeah.
Yeah,
take
absolutely. It will
I think
reach
that's
out
I
and
think that
yeah, it will reach out and really touch you. Yeah. And it's very compassionate and understanding. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I could only say so much about it, but the feedback I have got, it's an inspirational comes up a lot. It's even in the chat, isn't it? Inspirational. Because I want to give people hope, you know, and not people not to give up on love, and to cherish and love upon themselves and give themselves the healing they need to have to live the life they really want to live, because we're just here for a short time. You know, the
Yes,
time
we're a long time dead. What I want to ask you is, by chance, did you choose a poem to share with us tonight?
I didn't, but I will.
Okay.
Hey, all right. Okay. I should have chose one. Oh, anyway, where is it?
Yeah, it's us as
So
well.
did that answer
You
your
know.
question? Yeah, yeah. Because I think that was while she's looking for a poem, I think that was what Donna was trying to get was, is it a step-by-step self-help book, or is it like her journey
It's not
that you
step
can
by step.
read and resonate? I think that's what she was trying to I think I'm not. I think that was what she was
You're
trying to
getting
ask.
clever in your old age.
Okay, I'm just going to read one that I know I can read at the top of my head. Brain fog, don't trip me up. So, okay. It's entitled Why? And it goes, I had a dream last night that I died, and the Lord asked me why. Why, when I was alive, I wasn't myself? And all the excuses that had once served me well now didn't mean a thing, because in truth, I never dared go out on that limb to the place the Lord later shared held a most precious sweet fruits, a place where I never could lose. I cried that night, sweet, bitter tears of regret, then tears of joy when I arose and realized there was still time left. And never again did I forget myself and forget to respond to the call to share and express. those God-given talents. The end. We all have those talents, you know. It's to know what they are. And you know, childhood matters because it's for the adults around the child to notice what they're good at and really nurture that. And I do that with all my family members and my children because we see it before them, you know.
And that's the thing, isn't it? It's like sometimes our older generational parenting style was they've already got a path set out for you, the child, and if you want to do anything, especially if you wanted to do anything creative, they didn't see, well, in our community, they didn't see it as a real job. So anything creative, like, no, it has to be something that they know, doctor, teacher, I don't know, dentist. It has to be a very
professional
job that they know.
Yeah. Societal.
Thank you.
It's what society says.
Societal.
That's what I'm saying. We have to go within.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. So exactly. So when children were creative, that creativity wasn't fueled.
Yeah.
It was like that's a hobby. That's not something you can perceive as a career choice.
Okay.
So yeah.
So now that you've told us where you come from, we've heard a little bit about how you've developed, and you've developed magnificently. If you had the opportunity to go back and advise your younger self with the knowledge that you have now, what would you say to younger Denise?
Okay, I'll scoop her up into my arms and give her such a lovely, lovely hug. She didn't get many of those. And I'll say to her, see, your light did and does shine bright. Look at what we've made, something out of nothing. I am so very proud of you. That's what I
Most excellent.
And if there was any advice, there's none. Just be yourself. Be and do you.
Yeah, because where you've got to is from the experience that you have had. Because if you hadn't gone through those things that you've gone through, you probably wouldn't have taken the path that you've taken. You know, yeah, lovely. Thank you very much.
And you
Can
know
I
what?
say something?
Shireen would like. Shireen would like to have a word.
Okay, this is just really to say, Denise, Denise, I honor you for the way you hold space for the lives you've quietly impacted, for your commitment to healing beyond yourself. I appreciate you as a therapist, a supervisor, a colleague, and a friend. And may you continue to be blessed in all that you give and all that you are.
Prop. Yes, Shireen, I love that.
Yes, indeed. Most excellent.
Yes.
Thank you, Shireen. Yes, yeah. And Shireen has the book coming out. But thank you.
Wow.
Are you contagious? Do I need to come and rub shoulders with you, Denise?
Oh, wow.
Thank you, Denise.
Yeah, most definitely. I think it sounds like it's catching. Maybe I should come and rub shoulders.
Inspiration is catching, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So is there anything else you wanted to add, Denise?
Yeah, you know, like you mentioned about our parents and the paths they had cut out for us. But our parents were also in survival mode. You know, we're not meant to live in survival mode. We're meant to move through it, you know. So my message is also, you know, to go from wound to wonder, to go from surviving to thriving. Yeah. And that's where I've taken myself, and that's where I guide people to in my work.
All right. What did you call yourself the last time? Oh God. Oh my goodness. The railroad.
Oh yeah. What's her name?
Harriet
Tubman,
Tubman.
yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I
Yes.
rescue souls from underground, bring
Yes.
them to the
There you
light,
go.
and them to shine.
Hmm. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
a
Yes.
Harriet Tubman of souls, I called
That's
myself.
it. That's it. I knew it's just a little bit of fog too, but I remember something along them lines there. But yes. But yeah. But thanks again, Denise, for re-accepting another invitation to join us, share your inspiration to innovation journey. The journey back to love. Womba's got something. Go on,
Wumba
Womba.
would like to say something.
Yes,
This
I
is my
see.
sister.
Hi, good evening,
Yeah.
everyone. This was a wonderful show, and I'm really pleased to see my sisters and, back here, all of us as women. It's really great. I know we might have some of our men in the background listening, like myself with my husband, and he would like to say a couple of words to Denise.
Oh,
Go for
wow.
it. Yeah.
Yes, hi Denise. Wow, thank you, thank you. What a inspiration. And 3 books. Well done. Well, I'm not hearing any other men actually bigging you up from the background here, but I think I'm the first. Well, I'm going to say well done for what you're doing, and I'm a man of girls anyway, so
Yeah.
you're assisting us. So yeah, big up to the ladies. Well done again. I haven't read all your books, but I intend to.
Okay, thank you so much, Lab. We really appreciate it.
Mm.
He says he's a man of girls. Half of his girls are here with me as well. So
Yeah, I've also just add that we're
It's
looking
tribe.
at
It's
you
all
here
girls.
from South Africa to the
yeah.
rest of the audience who are there.
All right. Thank you so much, sis.
Thank you. When I saw Wumba, I was like, oh, we've gone international.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll have Wumba back, or we did speak to Wumba before, Denise's sister, about the amazing things that she's doing with her husband in South Africa. So thank you, South Africa, for being in the house. Woo, woo, woo. So yeah. So,
Can I
so
just
yeah, is
thank
there anything
everybody
I've
for
left out?
tuning in? Can I just thank everyone for tuning in? You know, our lives are very busy. We have lots going on. So for taking the time to just be in the moment in this space and sharing and inspiring each other. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm thanking everybody too, because it's been a long time coming to come back, and I really missed hearing people's stories and their journeys, and then I'm watching them afterward and seeing the growth that they're making. I'm just like that proud auntie in the background telling what's my child, but they're just doing so well. So if you want to be a guest speaker, you can always reach out to us to come and share your inspiration to innovation story, because everybody's got a story, and you don't know who, if it's even that one person that your story can have an impact to kind of maybe make for them to think that there is something different that they can do with their lives. So this is what it's all about. Yeah, that being that pebble in the ocean to make that ripple. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Yeah,
That's the way to go. Thank you very much, Denise. Thank you very much to all of our guests that came on today. I personally really appreciate you all. I know that it's not always easy, although in theory, we're online, but we've got so much going on with our lives. So I'll just hand over to Beverly to say the last words, and then we'll be off.
Well, the last word is goodbye. Thank you. Next week, we have another guest next week, DJ Lady Banton. So hopefully we'll be talking about her journey is called the Windrush Legacies. So join us next week at 7 o'clock when we speak to Lady Banton about the Windrush Legacy journey that she's going to share with us.
Excellent. All right, thank you.
Again. All right. So should we just...
Thank you. Thank you, Yasmin and Beverly. You're amazing. And Denise, you're amazing as well. It was lovely.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So before I end for everyone,
that's a wrap there. I like that, Saraf. It has to end
I
with
know
that.
we have to bring back that to wrap, but
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. I just wanted to make sure I stopped the.
Yeah, remember, it's everybody, not just you leaving. You're just going to press
No,
the
no,
one that
it's
says.
not that. It's not that. It's the YouTube live stream. I want to see.
Oh
if I
yes,
can
I don't want it to run on for an hour after we've finished.